Today we're going over all the movies that I watched in April. This month I went on my first solo trip and my first business trip. I went to Baltimore, Maryland for in-person meetings with my team. It was super fun, although I was also pretty nervous. On the plane to Baltimore, I watched Yes Man.
No.
I needed something light and funny for the first plane ride because I am not a fan of flying and I needed to think happy thoughts. Yes Man was perfect. I'd never seen it before, but I usually find Jim Carrey movies funny, so I figured it would be a safe bet. Yes Man is about a negative and withdrawn man named Carl who attends a self-help seminar where he's challenged to say yes to every opportunity that comes his way.
Every time an opportunity presents itself, you will say,
Yes.
As Carl begins to embrace this philosophy, his life transforms in unexpected and often hilarious ways. Along the journey, he learns about the power of positivity, opens himself up to new experiences, and discovers the true meaning of living life to the fullest. Yes Man was fun to watch and helped me take my mind off the plane ride. On the plane ride back from Baltimore, I watched episodes of This Is Us. This Is Us is so good. Heartfelt, funny, sad, it's got everything. I had a couple glasses of wine on this flight. Between that and this warm blanket of a show, I was feeling a lot less nervous about flying this time around. This Is Us revolves around the lives of the Pearson triplets, Kevin, Kate, and Randall, and their parents. The show interweaves various timelines, jumping between the past and present to explore the complex dynamics within the family.
Wash. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Mommy's got you. Mommy's got you.
Mandy Moore, inventor of pop music, is great in this. Highly recommend you check it out if you're in the market for a new show or if you find yourself nervous on a plane in need of some comforting. Next is the movie that radicalized me, Office Space. I saw this movie for the first time a couple of years ago when I was battling HR at my old company, and let me tell you, it spoke to me on a level a movie has never spoken to me before. I decided to give it a rewatch this month for the millionth time, and it just never gets old for me.
yeah.
If you've never seen Office Space before, it's a comedy directed by Mike Judge, creator of King of the Hill, a favorite show of mine, that follows the story of a dissatisfied office worker named Peter, who, after a hypnotherapy session gone awry in which the hypnotist dies, finds himself with a sudden carefree attitude and sense of apathy, which leads him to take more risks and confront his professional dissatisfaction. Office Space is just so good. It's the perfect parody of corporate life and all of its absurdities, which reminds me, I need to start rewatching The Office. The next movie I watched was Lost in Translation.
Does it get easier?
No. Yes.
Lost in Translation doesn't make me laugh out loud in quite the same way that Office Space does, but it's still funny in its own quiet way. It tells the story of a chance encounter between an aging movie star and a lonely newlywed in Tokyo that leads to a deep but fleeting connection as they grapple with loneliness and cultural disconnection. This movie is one I watch when I'm in more of a serious mood and want to watch something a bit quiet, thoughtful, and cozy. Plus, it has Scarlett Johansson, who also stars in the movie Her, one of the greatest movies of all time. Another funny movie I watched was The Intern. The Intern is about a 70-year-old widower named Ben, who becomes an intern at an online fashion retailer run by the Queen of Genovia, Jules. Through humor and heartfelt moments, The Intern explores themes of friendship, mentorship, and the importance of human connection across generations. This was a fun watch. Plus, it has the guys from Workaholics, which reminds me, I should rewatch that show. Next was Whisper of the Heart. As usual, I found myself watching at least a couple kids' movies this month. Last month, I decided to start working my way through all the Studio Ghibli movies I'd never seen before. Everything I've watched so far has been so good. This month, I watched Whisper of the Heart. Unsurprisingly, this movie was great. It's a pure and wholesome love letter to chasing creative dream. One thing about this movie I really liked was the reimagining of the song Country Road throughout the movie. It was stuck in my head for days after I watched Whisper of the Heart. And next was Teen Beach Movie. I know Teen Beach Movie isn't exactly on the same level as a Studio Ghibli movie, but I thought it was funny and cute.
I have seen one or two things in my life, but never anything like this.
I don't know what happened. I think he fell off that third floor. The window's open.
My favorite movie that I watched this month was The Zone of Interest, which also stars Sandra Hüller, the mom in Anatomy of a Fall. The Zone of Interest was so interesting. It's a movie about the Holocaust that doesn't show the audience any of the atrocities. Instead, it focuses on sound. The Zone of Interest is an interesting but disturbing look into the human psyche. I really enjoyed watching The Zone of Interest and I thought it was fantastic. Another great month of movie watching is in the books. Thank you to everyone who gave me a recommendation for April's Film Diary. If you have any movie or TV show recommendations for next month, please feel free to share in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.